Hello and welcome to the Spirit Guide Daily. Hey, when we're in a collective, we all share energy. These are timeless readings that will cross your path when they're meant to, but they can also serve as intermediate tarot readings if you are interested in reading in reverse. I am someone who reads reversals, and so I do recover reverse meanings. This is the traditional Magna deck, bringing you 3 predictive cards. This is the Ask Your Guards Oracle, and this is the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's get going with the traditional Magna deck. Hey guys, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe because it helps my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Here we go, 1 and 2 and 3. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button because it also helps my channel. Here we go. All right, I have the Magician in the upright. This is one of the cards for animal communication, by the way. The Magician holds sway over all 4 elements in reality. This is also the card of manifestation and one of the cards of having kind of control over your personal power. I love the Magician's card. It has the infinity sign over it as well, in part because it's about progress and momentum. Coming out with the 10 of Pentacles, what an excellent energy. The 10 of Pentacles is about financial security. For some people, it can be a contract on a house. It can also be about, by the way, this was one of the energies for lockdown during COVID because it's about security. Please remember when you're trying to read cards, don't just read them for the most well-known meaning. This is about what's behind having a lot of money, security. So it can also stand in for security. It can also stand in for confusion because if in almost every depiction, there's just a ton happening in the background. For me, it needs to be in reverse for that. That comes out with the Emperor in reverse, which is a card of an abuse of power sometimes. The Emperor in the upright is the card for the astrological sign Aries, and it is the Wisdom of Solomon card, which is making wise choices. In reverse like that, it can be a card of an abuse of power. Now, there's a financial aspect to this, and we are dealing with some debt ceiling talks right now that we don't know what the resolution is on. But I'm not going to start reading political cards now or pretty much ever. It's more important to pay attention to what you have personal power over. What this is saying is that there is more money coming into your life. It will require some sacrifices of your autonomy. So it's possible that like you're getting a raise. This is one of the cards for a bonus where you're working, but that there is like a difficult personality that goes along with this. So for like sole proprietors and things, you could be having a new client come in, but they're going to be difficult to manage. And here's the thing, sometimes we will have to deal with difficult personalities. This is somebody who typically is used to being able to bully their way into things. That's the other meaning of the Emperor in reverse. It can actually stand in for a sociopath, by the way, but it can be a bully, it can be an emotional abuser. It's somebody who does not use their power wisely. It's not normally seen as a card of being powerless when it's in reverse like that. Here's the thing, this is hyper specific, but I'm going to go into it anyway. If you are somebody who's also a reader and does spell work, it sounds like somebody wants to contract you to do some work about freeing them from an abuser or potentially kind of paying somebody back for some bad behavior. And that's going to be entirely up to you. We're all called to the right answers for us. This is an excellent money draw. This is a powerful card. This is a powerful card. This, however, is an abuse of power. And one of the things that we're called to is to remember that when we have more, more is asked of us. And so that is one of the reasons that you might be more challenged if you are somebody who has greater gifts. We have toadstools, which is growth. That's kind of what I get from this as well. But this card's bugging me. This card's bugging me because it doesn't, like one of these things is not like the other. For some people, it's going to be getting the upper hand on somebody from the past, like knowing that you have more power, knowing that you're secure, somebody that has been potentially out of your life for a while, maybe re-entering it. Remember that if you've taken time to recover from a difficult connection, whether it was personal or professional or familial, that you don't need to fear that person. Like if anything, you'll see them with completely different eyes. It's weird. As we change, our estimation and the way we process things around us changes as well. Solitude, higher self. Listen, Solitude is not necessarily about isolation. It is about withdrawing itself and knowing your personal power as well. There is growth on your soul path. One of the things that I'm liking here, though, is that this is a card of being able to overcome anybody's attempts to violate boundaries. You're very secure in yourself. Um, it's weird. I'm not getting an isolation or a by yourself vibe off of this card. What I'm really getting is that like you're more likely to look within for your answers. And I think this can be a dictator's card. I think in the past, like you didn't have full confidence in your ability to decide the big things for yourself. You will notice that's changing, but remember, whenever we grow, whenever we expand, whenever we have like reached a new kind of like landing on the staircase that is our evolution and our spiritual journey, the universe tests us. So if you're feeling a little bit like, where's this coming from? It really is to help illustrate to you. It's not about like testing you to see if you'll break down. It's trying to illustrate to you that you have a lot more personal power than you used to. So there are some challenges, but like it's almost like you'll be looking at them over your shoulder at the end of the day going, oh yeah, I guess like 2 years ago that really would have bugged me. But I feel a lot better now. Remember, whenever you have a pressing decision to be made, the easiest thing to do is to ground and to sit quietly and just mull it over. If you're not good at meditating, which a lot of people in my collective aren't because trauma survivors have a really hard time relaxing. That is really and I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's like, hey, I get it, it's me too. It's really hard to bliss out and clear your mind if you lived for a long period of time on eggshells, on the edge of wondering what was going to happen next because you lived with a reactive or a controlling person. That doesn't mean that you're barred from your ability to be receptive. You just have to get creative in how you will do it. There is one other thing on this one, though. For some people who are dealing with an aging pet, it is telling you that to enjoy the time that you have with them, and to not be overly concerned with the ways in which their age is starting to show. I hope that makes sense for you because there's a loss of power here. Since this is an animal communication card, but it's very secure, something's just slowing down. Like we do move into different seasons of life. And this is one of the messages of that is that try not to regret what is past. Try to enjoy what is present at this moment, even if it is altered. And even if, because my dogs are quite old, even if you can look at this animal that you love, or even a person, and understand that this might be drawing to the twilight phase of this particular relationship, savor it more. Savor it more. The fact is that life is not infinite in this form. It is all over, meaning your energetic life continues even afterwards. But in terms of being in a corporeal body, it is a finite time that we are here. Make the most of the relationships you have with everything that you love, and try not to worry about what the future contains. Just makes the most of every day. That was an interesting and somewhat odd Spirit Guide Daily. If you want to book me for a private reading, there was a link to my website in the description box down below. And the last thing that just came in is please remember, even if you feel alone, you genuinely are not. You're not. There is a part of you that knows what's coming. There is a part of you that is trying to help you and to guide you. Try to tap into that in the ways that work best for you. And again, weirdly enough, there's even a tree on this, and I'm always telling people to get to the trees to ground, and that is one of the places where you will find that you have the best receptivity as well. All right, that was Spirit Guide Daily. Take care. Be well.